Check, check. Mic check. How we doing? Coming in tight. I couldn't see the bars because my red glasses on. What's up, everybody? Hello. Thanks for spending some time with me tonight. We're gonna have some fun. We're going to talk about a little game called Metazoo. What a way to waste away a Tuesday night. What would you rather be doing right now than listening to a man dressed like Mothman talk about a once defunct PCG, but now came back, no longer defunct, and could be the greatest iteration yet? That's what you gotta ask yourself. What are we doing tonight? And it's the easy answer is we're gonna have a good time. The easy answer is don't worry about it. Appreciate y'all hopping in. How many people we got? Let's see. Again, I can't see. My red eyes are for night vision, so I can't see anything, typically. So let's go flipping around here. Ernie's #1 in the chat, which is wild. Mexican hipster, how we doing? Basics, of course Basics in the live chat. Of course he's going to be wanting to see my opinions in here when we talk about Metazoo. Of course he is. Appreciate you guys hopping in. If you guys aren't, you don't know what Metazoo is or anything like that, boy, do I have a little tale to spin to you. Let's talk about it. Let's figure it out. Let's see what the new iteration looks like, what we've done, where we came from. Let's talk about it. Let's see, take a little journey. But appreciate y'all checking in with me. And I'm gonna open the box too. So, is the music too loud? Let me know. I'm using OBS instead of StreamYard, so I may have, it may sound a little weird, but let me know. I'm taking off the glasses now because I literally can't see what is going on, so I have to take these off. Sorry. Night vision will have to be activated at some other time. Maybe if I get a good hit, or maybe if we get a Mothman, we'll pull it back out. But for right now, that's what we're doing. We're looking at just talking about other stuff. Background music, yeah, too loud. Okay, let's bump it down. We're gonna take it down a little bit. I have that power. Okay, so let's talk Metazoo. Full disclosure boys out here. I am friends with many of the people that own the current version of Metazoo. That is not a secret. Can I fit right here? Are we still good? Are we still alive? Yes. I'm friends with a lot of people that work on Metazoo. The owner of Metazoo. Lots of people in Metazoo I'm friends of, and I have worked on a advisory level, or I guess consulting level for Metazoo. So I am not unbiased. I have an opinion, and you know, they also have taken my opinion. So that's worth something to me. But I wanted to say that up front, make sure everybody knows, like, hey, I consulted for Metazoo, and you know, I'm friends with a lot of people that own Metazoo. That being said, I have some not scathing opinions, but I have some ideas and some things that I'd like to see happen. I went to Collecticon Fort Lauderdale this weekend, where they debuted Metazoo, and a lot of people are getting their hands on it for the first time. And seemed like everybody was having a great time. Positive for everybody that had hands-on with it. So that's good. That's a good thing. But yeah, that's what kind of sparked this interest, and that's where I got this box. So that's what the box is here to do, and I'm gonna open it just to enjoy it and see what's going on, and see if we can appreciate the flavor that's going on in here. I feel like I'm too high. Am I too high? Oh, how about that? A little bit lower. Okay. Let's rock it like this. Boom, like that. Domexing History said, so you're just going to be glazing the product the entire vid. No, that's the whole point of me saying that up front, is that I have some opinions. In fact, I have some pretty harsh opinions for how the game is being treated, and how some things are being neglected. But We don't have to go crazy and it'd be like over the top about it. Because there's lots of good things about what's happening with this current version of Metazoo as well. So let's not take that away from them literally working very hard to get this product out the door in the first part of first quarter of 2025, like they promised. And it's a good looking box. I think this is the best looking box of any other stuff. UFO is pretty sick looking. It was pretty cool, but as far as like the flavor of how a professional product should be looking, particularly on the shelf, I think this box is one of the better ones. Elman says, is this box first edition? There's not a first edition of these. There is just these regular ones, and then there's a special case hit, or not case hit, it's a special actual booster box that the original Poncho artist did. So it's a little bit different, and it has promos inside. You can go look online and see those. It's not anything too revolutionary. The packs in them are exactly the same otherwise. But yeah. So really old wrapping on here, nothing special on this. I'm sure they will change that over time. The little security stamp here, little label here, it's just a little silver stamp. Nothing special there. I'm sure they'll change that over time. But it is something that is of note, that when you open it, you have your big silver button here over the top of your logo, which I'm going to be putting on my shelf, which is not a good thing, not great. So when it sits on my shelf like this, like that, what's that game? I don't know, I can't tell because the sticker's on it, so that's not great. But no, otherwise the box is beautiful. I love the wraparound design of it. It looks really great. Not a whole lot to complain about as far as the aesthetics of this box. I'm so glad they went and changed from the original like red, like throwback looking box design. I think that this box is much better and a much better looking product in the long run. We still have the kind of like throwback red packs out of these, so those are nice. You have 24 packs in this box. Yeah, I'm not going to go too far in like, hey, I'm going to explain exactly everything about Metazoo, but I do want to give some thoughts about my take of it, what I saw this weekend, what I saw that was exciting and promising, and go over like things like the card quality and things like that. I want to go over and talk about a little bit better, just to kind of give my opinion, and then I'm going to open it while I go. So the initial little opening experience, I know people, Metazoo packs were really all over the place as far as like ease of opening, but these are actually really nice, easy to open. Card quality is fantastic. From what I've seen, and from what I am holding in my hands now, the print quality is very nice. The bottom part looks very much like a Magic card would, or what I expect the kind of clarity and things from Magic card. Card thickness, nice and thick, like an actual TCG, not some flimsy piece of junk like previous Metazoo. It's nice, looks professional, looks clean, edges are all nice. I have seen some experiences with the foil cards, which we will come across here in just a second. There have been some instances of scratching, like opening and scratching and looking really bad. This one looks okay, but yeah, obviously that's what I'm looking for. As far as like shipping or edging or anything like edge wear or anything like that, these cards are clean. These cards are look like they were nicely packaged, nicely handled, and wherever they came from, they seem like they're tolerating the trip pretty well. They have the little lips around the edges, just like Pokemon Magic does as well. So nothing out of the ordinary there. And but the foils do look very nice. They have like the cosmic kind of foiling. No swirls to speak of. And then all these regular are like what we'd call either reverses or regular hollows. There are super rares, I think is what they're called, super rares, that have like a flat hollow to them with like silver borders. I'm sure we'll see one here in a minute. But yeah, as far as like pack opening experience, very, very nice. It looks, rips, and feels just like a Magic Pokemon card pack would. Maybe a little bit thinner, but you know, that's gonna vary. Not really a big deal. Yeah, very, very nice looking cards. Very, very clean. I like the black borders. Some people were asking like, hey, do you think they should have done red? Maybe like it would have been interesting. I like the black fronts, but as far as the border being black, I think it's fine. We don't have to be too crazy. We don't have to go out on a limb and make it too different. Again, looking over. Looks very, very nice. No heavy scratches that I've seen on this box, so that's nice. One of the experiences I had at the show this weekend was that's the Super Rares, which is the silver border cards. Sometimes the text is blurry, but we weren't sure because it wasn't all the time. So I'm interested in seeing what ours look like, and if we're gonna have like blurry. Oh, the Rat King. Beautiful looking card there. So nice. So much of the surface of the cards being devoted to the art is really, really nice. Really simplified design as far as like the card information. Yaktina. Very nice looking card. No super rare yet, which is a little weird. Basic says Metazoo tourney at Mason's win. No, I mean I am very optimistic and hoping that this game catches some people and catches some interest, and that people enjoy it and like it. I think the gameplay is different enough from other games, kind of sets it apart, but also has a lot of similar mechanics that people are used to. Middleman from Alabama. And here we go. Here's our super rare. I think that's what they're called. Super rares. Silver borders all the way around. And then, yeah, looks like the lettering is not as blurry on this one. So hopefully that was just an isolated issue. Hopefully. But otherwise it looks pretty nice. Nothing really to complain about with card quality. And again, I haven't seen any, like, egregious scratches like I saw in a couple boxes. So this is nice. Is that how the highest rarity? No, Alman. The highest rarity there's actually some hidden rares. Ooh. Ooh. This little edge has a little ding to it. I don't know how that would have got there. It's on that card itself. Not how that happened, because it was in the middle of the pack. Or in the middle of the box. I love this art. This art's very cool. Lachuza. Poncho art. But yeah, gameplay-wise, I hope people take to it. I hope it's a fun experience. Hope it gets expanded. Ooh, the Chupacabra. Super rare. Very, very nice looking. There is a big fat print line all the way down, right across the moon, which is kind of a bummer. But it goes all the way through the card, all the way up and down. So yeah, supers may have an issue. But it's the base set. It's the first set, so we don't have to be, we can give them a pass. These cards' quality and their design and how much better they look, how much this actually looks like a game that people would play, far surpasses previous Metazoo. which I think was a lot of what people were waiting on. You know, see what this new company did, and if they were able to change some people's minds about how serious they were taking it and how real of a TCG this could actually be. I think the cards kind of speak for themselves, and that they are very, very nice. They're nicely designed. You know, they look like a modern card from a modern game, and that's a good thing. I wonder if Shibuya Crossing has ever been like this, where there's nobody in it. I don't know. I severely doubt Shibuya is ever like that, but maybe. And, you know, they've done some good things about, you know, throwing some throwback art in here. You know, modernizing the art a little bit. Maybe doing a new perspective on it. Having very similar stuff. That's awesome. Sneaky, sneaky. Sneaky, sneaky. This card right here has a little bit of a rough edge to it. Let's see if I can get the light to hit it correctly. It's a little rough edge right here. Very, very similar to what like Magic and Pokemon, to be fair, has. Sometimes it's just a weird wonky cut. Scotty Pat says, "What's the set name?" The set name is just the base set. There's no like special name to this particular set. It's just base set. Ooh, the Rainbow Crow. Rainbow Crow has an awesome alt art in the set. Phantom Car. Trample. Yeah, no blurry text here. That looks good. And no visible print line, which is also good. That's nice. One thing that is kind of, I don't know if you can say it good or bad, but I think that is something of note, is that there are just a lot of different rarities. There's a lot of different types, whereas old Metazoo had no real like different alt chases or weird things in the packs. This game, out of the gate, has some you know, hidden rares, you know, alternate arts, things like that, full arts, things that, you know, old Metazoo wasn't even attempting, you know. This card has a little bit of hollow bleed to it. I was trying to see if I could catch it on the camera, but it has, you kind of see it through the darkest parts. There's some hollow bleed to it. Not bad. Ooh, spooky new. So, there's just so many alts and the hidden cards, and I worry about diluting the hits too bad to where there's too much variety. But, you know, coming out of the gate and having that type of infrastructure and that type of setup, I think is also a good thing. Again, shows that there's experience there, there's lots of knowledge of what people are currently looking for in a modern TCG. So I think there's just shows experience and knowledge of what to do. Little Hobsonville Goblin there. Ah, Lechuza, screaming into the sky. And Lady Luck, super rare. It's an awesome looking card. New Gaming Chair says, "Are we drinking the Kool-Aid again?" I don't know if I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. Again, full disclosure, I am friends with the owner, with many of the creators of this game. I also did consulting for them, so I have bias there as well. But yeah, I think I can be honest. And ooh, here's a nice Snallygaster textured card. Ooh. I can open the set and I can talk about this card, and I can be honest with my opinions. And I think that the company would also want me to be honest with my opinions. And talk about, you know, if there's any type of problems, my thoughts, concerns, issues I have. I think they would encourage me to do so, especially with the product that is in my hands from a game store owner perspective. There's a lot of things that this game needs to overcome as far as like what the old Metazoo had, and the issue and the problems that arose from that. A lot of people in the business, the industry, other owners, do not believe in this game, do not have any sort of knowledge of what's happened as far as like the bankruptcy, the buying of the license, what Metazoo is, what the vision is. All they know is that they have boxes of the old product sitting on the shelves in the back that is just taking up space. Still, probably to this day, many of them do. And that is going to take some time and take some work to overcome, you know? Beautiful Phoenix here. Hollow rare. It's got a little swirl. I didn't know this pattern has swirls in it. I didn't know. But, yeah. There's a lot of game stores out there that were burned by Metazoo. And still to this day, it's sitting on product. And Metazoo has a lot of work ahead of them. Metazoo, as in Meta2, has a lot of work ahead of them trying to convince other game stores to carry this product, to give it a chance again, that things have changed, and that this game is serious, and the company's serious about making an absolutely rock solid card game that's gonna last, and that people are gonna want to play and buy. Both, right? Both are important. So that's the situation that they have to overcome, and it's not gonna be easy. They have a long way to go. I would say that they haven't done enough. I would even say that they haven't done enough to get this in front of stores, LGSs that would promote the product and would be interested potentially. Little babe, the blue ox there. 810. 810. Big. Whoa, there's another textured card. The Sun Wukong. Alt art. Kind of see the textured pattern through there. Very cool. Very nice. Very cool looking. And I think the idea, but from them, just to kind of like answer and continue on with what I was talking about, is that they have to put out a good product, make a good product, show people what type of time, money, investing that they are creating, and then trying to convince them later on, look how awesome our product is, look how clean and nice and modern it is. Why don't you bring it in? Start to carry it again. It's awesome foil texturing on this guy. Not texturing, but foil treatment to it. And a Piazza Bird throwback little card here in the foil, looking very, very nice. But yeah, that's the next step. That's the next thing they have to worry about, is trying to convince game stores that this product is worth carrying, that things are different. I like this card. Burst of Wind. It's a little cute jackalope there. They have a lot of work on that front to convince people. It's gonna be tough. But you have to have game stores on your side. You have to have a place for this game to grow and to have people... Yo! Quetzy in the super rare. No print lines I can see. Looks good. Yeah, that's really nice. In fact, I'm gonna sleeve that guy. Everybody loves Quetzy. Yeah, it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be hard to do. That's something that they are yet to really impress me with the effort of what they can do to get stores on board. I think that they did sell out to the point that they had to allocate. So the boxes that they did produce were bought. But you know, how do we get butts and seats? Kissy Bug. Playing this game. That's the key to longevity, right? What the old Metazoo failed to do. Little Groot slag here. Super rares look awesome. Very, very nice when they burst off the page or off the card like that. Very cool. And then the other thing that I also am concerned with and have a lot of input and opinions on is any sort of like organized play program. Talked to Charlie this weekend at length about what they could do potentially. What they do is ultimately up to them. Whether or not they want to take it serious. Aw, the jackalope. I just think this design of jackalope is just so cute. I think they did Mia here did a great job of the persona of what a jackalope in this game, in this world, looks like. I think it's really good. But I was talking to Charlie, trying to explain, you know, what I would do, or, you know, my thoughts of what I think players would respond to. So hopefully he and the team can come up with something that is exciting, gets people out to come play every week, so we can build a community around. You have to have some sort of higher level experience or something to build towards. People aren't going to just sit around and play this game just for fun. They want something to chase. They want some sort of like ranking system. They want some sort of either like player ranking or level ranking, or even if it's just like regional. The Bigfoot super rare. I think that's it can be a big waste of money if you don't do it correctly, or if people don't take to it, and it can be a real struggle. I struggle on a weekly basis trying to get people to show up to play in events, try to participate, give them some sort of incentive or additional bonuses to kind of build towards. Drop bear. It can be hard. So that's the two things. They have to convince game stores to carry the product, that it's high quality product, and that they need to have some sort of hierarchy, some sort of greater calling, some sort of weighted system for ranking players and building an organized play program, both locally at game stores to support them locally, and hopefully, like even either a nationals or a region, or, you know, they want to do states, or, you know, whatever they decide to build out. There's got to be some sort of higher level of play that people are aspiring to. If there's not that, it just turns into Commander. This beautiful Cumberland Dragon. Foil. So that's a big thing. That's a big thing that we have to hope that they have a design and a plan to bring about. Because that is what ultimately, you know, in year 3, year 4, year 5, if this game's going to continue, there has to be that sort of component to it. I don't know, what do you guys think? I've ranted and talked a little bit. You all out there, what do you guys think? Awful. Drop bear. Another drop bear. Pokefun, how we doing? Pokemon says, you get any of the fancy boxes? I did not get any fancy boxes, but I saw plenty of people with them. And there's lots of cool videos of those boxes being open as well, so. Cumberland Gap for the Cumberland Dragon. The old Ooh. And the Rainbow Crow. Super. Very nice. Last pack here to open. Audrey says, dang, never thought I'd see opening this on stream. Well, like I said, I am friends with the owner. I'm friends with lots of people that work on Metazoo. So I'm a little biased. But, yeah, everything's nice. It's looking good. It looks like a game. Which is a lot more than what I could say. Oh, the Phoenix. The cute little Phoenix last one. So that's what we got. Looks like 2 textured cards, which I think tracks. I think that is about the correct number that you should be getting. I can pull all the supers out if you guys want to see all the supers. I'm gonna go back and... I thought they were not as rare as what they are, but I guess they are pretty rare. But that is the box opening experience. 24 packs instead of 36. MSRP is $120. I think currently boxes are around between 90 and 100. Up to 110, I think, maybe. So not terrible. You know, I think a healthy spot as of right now, as far as like people selling the boxes, making some money, and then people that are buying them getting a good deal. Yeah, this is probably pretty cool. But yeah, I think, like I said, the cards feel like Magic cards. They feel like a premium TCG. The foiling on them is a premium TCG. The way that the card is designed is a premium TCG. This babe, good. So I'm really happy with, you know, for the base set of a game to be this like solid. I think is really promising. I think it's really nice. I wish this had some foiling in the flames of that. I think it's maybe just a reverse because it's only a uncommon, but that'd have been cool. Little thing to see. But yeah, we gotta be able to see people playing and get people interested in playing. That is the next step. LA Luck is nice. My favorite type, if I had to pick a type right off just the stuff of the base set, orange, air would be my type. Lots of cool guys. You got goofy little snipe in there. I think orange is pretty But yeah, I'm going through these cards and I'm flipping through them, and I have no concerns about like flaking or anything weird. You know, with them rubbing against each other, I'm not worried about that because the cards just feel like, you know, I'm no more worried about rubbing these up against each other than I am like a Magic or Pokemon card. You know. Even though he's only a common, I'll sleep him up anyways. He's worth a penny sleeve, no big deal. Phil says cards are looking kind of nice. Yeah, they are nice. What's your confidence in Basic making it to Worlds, Metazoo Worlds 2026? They gotta have a Worlds 2026 to go to, so I have far more confidence in you making it to that Worlds than I have of Metazoo creating a Worlds for you to go to. How about that? No, I flipped through everything. We're gonna go to full screen of me just hanging out. Aha. No Mothman. No Hollow Mothman. What a bummer. I am devastated. I wore my getup and everything. I thought I would get one, but no. Didn't get one. Madtown Homie says, remind me of the surprisingly good launch of Star Wars Unlimited. We'll see how it holds up. Yeah. Man, I could do a whole thing on Star Wars Unlimited and my thoughts on that, but yeah. Like I said, for a game, for a company that bought a license to a dead TCG, for them to come out, reboot it, and for this to be their base set, I think is shows the experience, the knowledge, the expertise of the team that's behind it. That they know what a modern TCG should look like, what it should feel like, what you should expect opening it. I think, yeah, it bodes well if this is what your entry point is for the rest of the game going forward. Now we'll see what kind of support they have, what kind of interactions they have between sets. As they grow and add more typings. I think they're adding more typings to it, so that's going to be something to keep your eyes on. See how the game complexity fleshes out. But I think for now it's pretty solid. And the offerings that they have is pretty good. As far as good looking stuff from the box, there's some other stuff, of course, your favorites may be. How can I? There you go. The Sun Wukong and the Snallygaster being my textures. Alt Arts, I'm assuming, is what they. I'm not 100% on what they're called, but. And lots of supers. Quetzal, Phoenix, Bigfoot. A couple other good looking hollows that I liked. Lady Luck, Super. Chupacabra. So yeah, pretty good. I should count these as hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 and then 2 textures. Pretty good. But yeah. Retrospect says, I'm excited to see where the new leadership takes it. I'm not a huge fan of the vibe of the old version being more backwoodsy, where the new version is cooler and a lot more badass. Yeah, I agree. I was never a big fan of the old way. I understood what they were supposed to do, and I've talked to other people about this, but old Metazoo was looking backwards, feeding off nostalgia, feeding off people what they remembered from Pokemon from back in the day. Old Magic, you know, that type of stuff, a vibe. It had an older TCG feel to it. This game, in its current iteration, is very modern. It's very clean. It's very... Think of, like, One Piece. Think of like Bandai, all Bandai games basically. It's very cool and modern and sleek looking. If you want to hit the masses, you got to do what the big boys are doing, and I think they are doing the right stuff as far as that goes. Basic says it looks like a higher skill ceiling than what I initially thought. Talking about the game, yeah. Jimmy Jones TCG says I played the alpha demo version with my son at the con. It was enjoyable. Saying that it was enjoyable isn't exactly a ringing endorsement, but yeah, it's pretty limited. And the way that the decks would have to be built out, it gets, the more cards you have to draw from, the more complex and more interactions you can have, right? So obviously the base ones are going to be pretty standard and normal, but I think from what I've seen of playability and what I know of playability, it can get pretty deep, pretty hectic, and pretty complex, I guess, as you go on and try to do more and more things with card interactions. Audrey says, I am really concerned that people are already trying to wail on it. Saw a video where people pay $2K for Fancy Box, another version. Yeah. Seeing that felt like people didn't learn. Yeah, and that's part of the balance, right? Of trying to come up with a game that is both a TCG that you're supposed to play and enjoy and have fun with, but also like having the collectible momentum and you know, scarcity, rarity, whatever you want to call it, of cool looking hits, right? These cards are going to be desirable. These guys are going to be wanted down the road. If the game survives and makes it, right? It doesn't really matter if the game dies, but the idea is that these cards are the true chases and they have some sort of desirability based on how rare they are, and how you bake that into and how you balance that, especially in like a base set, is extremely difficult long term. Retro says, just opened a case and found the poncho box. Let's go. Yeah. Like Audrey just said, poncho boxes are expensive. About the cost of what the case is going for. So that's a big deal. Patch Ryan says, seems like there's a lot of popular TCGs right now that started more recently between Lorcana, One Piece, Star Wars, etc. What do you make of the market right now? What makes Metazoo stand out to you? It's the same type of thing that the appeal when I initially thought of what Metazoo was, or what it could be, or what it could become. You know, a game based on, you know, it's almost like it feels like a Universes Beyond like feel. That like all these different like characters from all around the world, right, are able to interact with each other and have like play against each other, and you know, you can play, you know, you can play your Bigfoot versus my Nessie. I don't think there's Nessie in this set, but you know, potentially you can play against, you know, your Bigfoot tribal deck against my you know, Loch Ness Monster fish deck, or you know, whatever. And that's a cool idea for a game, right? I think that's pretty neat. Or you know, if you have you know, down the road, you know, you have your, you know, vampire deck or Dracula's deck, or what, you know, whatever. If they have that type of, if they can do something like that, I don't know if they can. I think Dracula is something that's has rights, but you know what I mean, like a vampire type of whatever. That type of stuff down the road is really cool. Like Wukong is a cool kind of got lucky and got like that modern game that just came out with Wukong, but Wukong I think is generally an untapped thing, and that there's a global feel to this too helps out a lot. I think that's really makes it also desirable. You know, different people can kind of rally behind, not just nationally, like, oh hey, I know Hopkinsville's Goblin, I know what that is. Or the Jersey Devil, I know what that is. I think a lot of people are like inherently drawn to that kind of stuff, but then also like, you know, Wukong is a deeply rooted Chinese myth, right? The phoenix idea, the idea of a phoenix is deeply rooted in lots of cultures. um, the type of like, not just like state identity or like local appeal. There's cultural appeal to this as well, which is nice. So I think that's pretty cool. And there's nothing like that that exists outside of Metazoo. At least, if there is, I don't know of something like that, where there is something earthly bound in the TCG that people would be initially drawn to, seeing it for the first time. I think if you like did a lineup of like all the characters or the cryptids, that you personally would have an immediate favorite for a reason, not just because you think they're cool or whatever, but because, oh hey, I grew up in the Pacific Northwest, I know all about Bigfoot or whatever, I'm gonna play my Bigfoot deck. You know, I think that's a neat idea. So I like the potential in that regard. Ginger says, I'm digging the new zoo. Phil says, I like the old back style better, but I like the art on front 10 times better than the old watercolor vibes. Yeah, and like the watercolor had a place, right? Like, watercolor is not a bad look initially, but to have that be your entire thing, when you could have badass stuff like this, or like this, or like this. Like, which would I want to prefer in a game? As far as, like, longevity and, like, I'm not gonna say maturity, but, like, a flavor, a feel, right? I think this feels a lot more cool and modern to me, and something that I, as a business owner, can sell, versus whatever the heck this would have to be, and appeal to people. This does far more outreach than sticking to any sort of like art style for the sake of that being your flavor. Does that make sense? You can do both as well. You can do both. And they have done both. You said you like the old back style better? Yeah. This one's pretty plain. It's pretty boring. Maybe like a red border would have been cool, but let's not overcomplicate it or make it weird. You know, I think this is a perfectly fine, normal looking back, and it's not offensive. It's not complicated. It's not overdone. I think it's fine. Let me see, Anthony. I don't even see what you said. Anthony says, Mason, what are you wearing? I'm a Mothman. Don't you see? Don't you see it? I'm Mothman. Like, come on. It sucks. I can't see anything, and it's all makes everything red. Yeah, but that's the idea. I like the old back style. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I already read that. Some of those cards have nice art on them. Thanks, Anthony. Yeah, I think so too. I think there's a little bit of everything for everybody. Person says I could do a set called Olympus, do like Greek gods, Hades, yeah, I mean that'd be cool. I don't know what kind of complications there are with like that type of stuff. I can't imagine somebody owns the rights to those, but I don't know what they can do a lot of stuff like that. Patron says, I agree that's really cool, very approachable versus being limited to a specific IP. The Wukong's hot. It is, it's cool. RB says, still crazy to me that Richard Garfield is attached to Metazoo now. Yeah, and Richard Garfield and Rick Aarons, which is somebody that was at Pokemon for a very, very long time. I'm very high up in Pokemon for a long time. So yeah, it's got big names on it for sure. MTG Unpack says, glad the card layout is no longer a disorganized mess. Yes, the original Metazoo art, our card design was awful. It was absolutely terrible. But yeah, it's this is a far simpler card to understand and read and have to like work around than whatever the hell they had going on before, where I had to have a Bible to read through to understand what all the symbols and crap meant. Collectible Crusader says, quick, open the poncho box. Man, if I had one, man, would I open it? No, I would not open it. I'm not even going to pretend like I'm going to open it. I would not open a poncho box. MTG Unpack says, didn't stop Marvel from writing Norse gods and legends. True. Yeah. Again, I mean, I can't imagine somebody owns the rights to it, but I don't know how international copyright works. Maybe the country of Greece owns the rights to all those things. I don't know, right? Like, I have no idea. I came here from Metazoo. What is this? Full Moon. Full Moon, this is the new zoo. Yeah. This is the new zoo. Steve's Collectible says, damn, I missed the opening anymore. No, unfortunately not. That's all I got. Only 24 packs in here, so it didn't last long. But I can show you the hits if you want. People just now popping in. These with the silver borders are called super rares. These are some of the just regular old. Here, I'll go to the actual text screen. There you go. These are regular foils, what they look like. This is a common, like a reverse kind of looking thing, and this is a rare reverse. Supers have a silver border. Have like art design and card art that goes past the border. Covers up the stuff like that, kind of exploding out of the card. Like really good, really cool. Bigfoot. So that's really nicely designed. Then my two textures. The Snallygaster and the Sun Wukong. Those are my two textured cards out of the box. So 2 textured cards and I think 9 super rares. That's what we did. There. If anybody has any more questions or any other things, like concerns or anything that they want to talk about, I'm all ears. If not, I didn't want to do like a crazy long stream on a single box and my thoughts. So, let's say 5 more minutes maybe. If you have anything, put it in the chat right now. If not, hold your peace. Save it for the comments. Full Moon's Game says, have you seen the Tarkir pre-release kits selling for $75 on TC Player? Yeah. TC Player is just a cesspool of just people trying to flip things at this point. It's just so silly. So dumb. For things on pre-release, I don't even recognize it or look at it anymore because it's just like, it's gonna be too much. It's dumb. Squeaks is in the chat. Fun fact, I used to play Pokemon at Full Moon Games, if that is a store in Terry Hut. The hidden rares case hits look incredible. Yeah, I didn't get a hidden rare, but yes, I agree. They do look amazing. Collectible Crusader says, how many boxes did you order? Distros all sold out. Yeah, distros are sold out. I didn't order any. So this one box that I got this weekend is the only box I'll probably be opening, unless I decide to buy some in the secondary. Oh man, look at the small world. Squeak's reuniting with his old game store. Wild. Small world. The Snelly eating the pig is fire. Yes, I agree. It is a very, very cool looking card. What's the texture pull rate? Always 2 procs? Yeah, I'm unsure. I think it's 2. And then I don't know where the hidden can be. Or if it replaces one of these, I don't think so. But I think I've seen most people have either 2, possibly 3. I'm not sure. John Doe says, I can't believe a company actually spent the money on trying to save Metazoo. Yeah, like I said earlier, I mean, I think the idea of what Metazoo could have been was pretty solid. I think the original vision of what Metazoo was supposed to be is pretty good. Like, the idea of, like, a cryptid card game is pretty sick. And something that I think is really cool. What the current Metazoo is far more in line with what I thought, or would hope that a game like that would look like, versus what the original Metazoo, whatever that was. I think it's this iteration is far more what I would hope to have seen from a game like this. Yeah, RB says pull 3 textures out of the box. That's pretty cool. So it seems like 2 or 3. 2 or 3. Name, how we doing? Opened a card shop 5 years ago. It's been the hardest 5 years of my life. Worth it, but took a lot out of me. Yeah, it's thankless. It's brutal. It's there's got to be easier ways to make a living, but yeah, it's just super, just labor of love, passion project, that kind of vibe, you know. So yeah, I get it. Trust me. No one gets it more than me. Retro says, I mean, look, overall the product feels good. I can understand people who got burnt being hesitant, but it looks solid. Yeah, I mean, as far as any other TCGs out on the market, you know, I think it stands alongside and should be given as much credit or chance as much as, you know, Union Arena, Grand Archive, all these other games that, you know, also look and have good quality and are quality products. Yeah, it stands alongside any of them. Faithful Crusader, yes, 2 alt arts in a box, average, and then Hiddens getting a total of 3. Okay, cool. MG Unpack says, Hearts of card quality, more like Magic and One Piece. Yes. When I flip through these cards, if I close my eyes, I would think that these were Magic cards. Same, like, thickness, same look to them, same feel. They feel, you know, like, they feel exactly like a Magic card. Very, very nice. And they have the same, you know, die-cut edges like a Magic card would. They have the same type of look and feel to them, and they have the same you know, little rubs and dings and edge wear and little rough cuts and stuff that Magic cards have as well. So if that's a premium card game, then this is a premium card game as far as like paper quality. Yeah, I think One Piece is like really, really thick, right? A lot of Bandai games are really, really thick. Yeah, this is closer to like Lorcana, and I would say Magic. Yep. Curling foils? I don't know. I guess we'll see. guess I can leave some out and see how it fares. Seems okay out of the pack. I've definitely opened Magic cards that were foiled out of the pack before, but no sign on these, so that's pretty good. RB hitting me with the real question. Okay, this is the real question. I'm going to answer it, and then we're going to duck out. So, Mason, how steep of a hill do you think it would be to build the brand back up, even with new leadership, from a store owner perspective? Yeah, I touched on it a little bit earlier, but I think, and this is a concern that I brought to the team previously, is that there is a definite bad taste in a lot of game stores' mouths that have this product, a product with your business's name on it, with that name on it, still sitting on their shelves that they cannot move. And to get people to buy something that has this name on it, when the stuff on their shelves has next to no value, is extremely difficult. You know, a lot of them don't understand it's new ownership. A lot of them don't understand it's a different company completely. They don't understand that the cards are going to look different, you know, that they look like a modern TCG. That is a huge thing that the team's going to have to do a lot of outreach, do a lot of conversations with. You know, I don't know how you get an audience with game store owners that maybe in the past, you know, got burnt by your product. And I say your product because, again, it has your name on it. You know, that is part of what was acquired. Whereas you gained a lot with brand equity, you also brought along all the baggage and all that stuff. So there's that. And then, like I said, the just absolute silence on something like any sort of OP program is also kind of disappointing. Having, you know, releasing a product without any sort of like intro deck or two-player deck or a starter way of learning how to play it, that's also kind of a bummer. But like I said, if you wanted to show people, show and then tell, show them that you have a serious and well-designed product that is high quality and will stand next to any TCG on the market as far as quality and look and potentially game design. That is a good first step in having a portfolio to take and say, hey, look, we sold out of these boxes at distribution of all that we produced. Our card quality is great. It all looks awesome. And, you know, we are investing the time and the money to make this product a high quality product and not just pumping out everything and putting a promo in everything and diluting everything down because people want to think as an investment. So, those two things are pretty important to the longevity of TCG. This is important right now. This is important at release to get this on the out to the people so they can get their hands on it. And so long as you continue to have this type of quality and this type of production, people are gonna get over the previous Metazoo and then learn to love this as a better quality product. But it's gonna take a while. It's gonna take some work, and then building all that other stuff on the back end. You know, that's important for, you know, like I said, year 3, year 4, year 5. This is important for year 1. You got to get this out first. This is important for first step. So I get it. Alright, I'm gonna blaze through the chat one more time, and then we're gonna get out of here, guys. Appreciate you all hopping in, hanging out, listening to me talk about Metazoo, of all things. Requaza says, where can you even buy this set? It's not even online or a official site. They really blew it on the set. Reboot sub. Yeah, TCG Player is doesn't have this setup, so you have to buy it on like eBay and places like that. Yeah. Pokemon says, can I tell you what? It is not available in Europe yet. So if it gets revived, it wasn't available when it was still a thing. But now we haven't seen. Yeah. I think they want to make it, you know, move it around the world. I think it's just, it takes a while. Audrey says, won't touch TCG without organized play. In-shop play is just so important for me. If I want to catch table games, I would play Commander. Yeah. Yeah, and that's what, I mean, that's not a terrible thing either, right? You know, you turn into like a board game or a living card game or whatever you want to call it, and then you have, it plays more like a social, you know, casual game than a TCG would be, right? But I think they want to give it the full treatment. OP Game Master says most old type characters are considered public domain. For example, Steamboat Willie. Yeah. RB says thanks for sharing your thoughts. It'd be interesting to see how it plays out. They really knocked these cards out of the park. Yeah. You can nitpick some stuff, but mostly great. Yeah. I would not nitpick anything about these cards. I would not nitpick Pokemon, Magic, One Piece, all the other TCGs. So, yeah. Can't really complain as far as quality on this side. But yeah, appreciate y'all watching. Thanks for hopping in. That's just me ranting for, God, 70 minutes about Metazoo. But I'm glad some people were here to have some back and forth, get your thoughts on it. Hopefully you guys can be in the comments as well and see what's up. And we will see you down in the comments just to continue the conversation, and hopefully, you know, might do some more Metazoo stuff. Depends. We'll see. I gotta get some use out of this old look. Anyways, so I gotta get my mileage from having bought this so long ago. So, appreciate y'all. Thanks for watching. Have a good night. We'll see you guys in the next video. Alright, bye. Okay, I can't see. How do I end the stream? End stream. Stop streaming.